say an example, like if you like, would you go a day without brushing your teeth? Would you feel weird if you don't brush your teeth?
Mm.
Is it a question or a metaphor?
Was it a question or a quote? I got completely lost.
I mean, yeah. I feel weird if I didn't brush my
so
teeth.
weird, right? Yeah, exactly.
All right, so welcome to the second episode of Beyond Fitness, where this time our guest is Farez. All right.
What's up?
Hey, so Farez, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Farez, all right? I'm currently going into my fourth year in uni, doing my master's in chemical with environmental engineering. And in terms of fitness, I'd say I've been pretty much doing it my whole life. I started working out when I was 11, all the way up till now. And so, I know a little bit about working out in the gym and fitness in general. So yeah.
Farez, so can you give us a little insight on your fitness journey? Like you've been doing it for 10 years now. So why did you start and how has the journey been like so far?
All right, so what did I start? So starting out, I was actually like kind of fat, you know what I mean? Like I was 10 years old and was weighing about 45 kgs. I don't know if that's average for like a 10-year-old, but
I think it's okay, right?
I don't know. I thought it was okay. And then like I was doing like Muay Thai, right, in school. And then my dad took a pic of me in those, Muay Thai and just with my shirt off, right? And I looked at it, I was like, damn, I look fat as hell, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, it's time to do something. So I thought about it, I was like, dang, I look bad. And I wanted to like work out, but I didn't really know how to do it. I didn't really do any research because at the time, like, don't know why I didn't use the internet, but I didn't. So in terms of diets, I was like pretty much starving myself. I was eating like barely anything, skipping a lot of meals, going to sleep super hungry. And yeah, I mean, anyone that's been doing fitness, like they know that's super unhealthy. And then on top of that, I was doing like hella cardio too. Like I was like running on the treadmill like every single day, like 30 minutes to like an hour, just like running. I don't know how I can do that, but I was like, just kept going. And
I don't know how you can do that either.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And plus like you're hungry as well. Like, so I don't know how that works.
How has your like mentality changed? Do you feel like it's changed since you were like a little chubby kid?
In terms of mentality, no, I'd say because like, I don't know, like determination was always there, but as of how I executed it, definitely has changed a lot more and matured a lot more over the years, And then I was introduced to this guy on YouTube by my cousin, which was this guy called Ziz. If you guys know Ziz. You guys know Ziz?
No.
All right. So he's like one of the first guys to actually do any fitness content on YouTube or on the internet. I wouldn't say it's like fitness, like in terms of like teaching you what to do. He was more of like going out in public doing dumb stuff, but he was like super jacked, He was super skinny and then he like just grew this fucking alpha male, and like getting hella chicks and stuff, So then at first I was like, yo, what the heck is he doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it like looked like super like, I don't know. But then the more I looked into it, I was like more motivated and wanted to do that as well. But once you get to the point where like you're super skinny and stuff, like I don't know if you guys have been to that point where like your appetite is just not there, It was really hard for me to eat food and like the knowledge that like, if you eat, you're gonna gain weight, and that misconception of like when you eat too much, you're just gonna get fat, So it was hard for me to definitely do that. So I had a lot of adjustments in my diet and like force feeding myself and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. It was a hard process, but definitely worth getting there,
I think that's definitely a lot of pressure for when you were young, doing all of that, like putting yourself through all of that at such a young age. So I'm glad to see that you're at a better place now in terms of your
Yeah,
like fitness.
I definitely think it was, don't know, it was fun doing all that stuff, even though like to other people it seemed like what the hell, like why would what's the
Mm-hmm.
point? But I always found it like interesting to try things out and stuff. Even though like there are times where I felt like throwing up, well, a lot of times where I felt like throwing up, I was like, this is for gains and I'm gonna
Gains.
do it.
So in 2015, we heard that you joined a men's physique competition and you got fifth place. Can you tell us a bit more about your competition or how you prepped through it?
Okay. So yeah, I was like following a lot of like fitness guys on YouTube, especially you guys know Christian Guzman?
Yes, Chris, athlete.
Yeah. So I like followed him since like before he even got like to the point where people say like he was a big guy. So I was following him because he initially like post like hella informative stuff like how to cook chicken and like workouts and stuff. And then I bumped into Physiques of Greatness. You guys know Physiques of Greatness?
Physics greatness? No.
Like Chris Jones.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So before he did Pump Chasers, he had Physiques of Greatness, right? And he had like hella workouts, hella tutorials and stuff like that. So from there, I just basically learned all my stuff. So they were like competing and stuff, and I was like, I bet. Feel like it's about the time. It's about time I start getting into this myself. But definitely, at that point, I bulked like hella. I was looking hella fat and chubby. Um, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut seriously, and you know what? Might as well get into competition as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get into a competition. The prepping was just did research and nutrition because I never really fully understand the concept of tracking your macros and stuff like that. Definitely went into like calories, your macros, your carbs, fats, and proteins because there is like those general ratio that you can follow, right? But I always thought like, like not everyone's gonna be exactly the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if I stuck to this general thing, it's not gonna guarantee I'm gonna get that result that I want. So I went in and did my own research, did my own calculations and stuff, and from there I stuck to those calorie intakes. And I recalled learning about how if you do too much cardio, you're just gonna be catabolic. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like breaking down muscle instead of burning fat. So what I did instead was every morning at 5 a.m. I'd go onto the treadmill on an incline and just speed walk. So
Speed
it's
walk.
it's definitely there. You're burning,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, speed walking and not like regular running. So it's like focusing on burning fat and slowly, but like making sure that you're keeping as much muscle as possible. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
that was part of it, and the more I cut, the more I implemented more abdominal routines, just to get that shape going. Because I didn't want to have like a chunky core. I want to have like a super nice washboard abs. So I didn't want to just get in with like hella weights. So it was mostly body weight movements for my abs.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of workouts, so for the first competition, what I did was followed like Arnold's routine where it's like, just increase volume when you're cutting and stuff, increase the reps and stuff. But that worked, but it took a lot of time. And honestly, the more I did it, the more I realized like, in my opinion, I'd rather do like heavier sets, Cause yeah, because then you can just like track your strength and make sure that it's not going down. And you can still get a sick pump from it.
So like, do you mind telling us like what the competition day itself was like?
Yeah. So I think what's also like important was like the last week. I mean the week before the competition as well,
The peak week.
which was yeah exactly peak week. So about that, like it definitely changed things up a little bit. I didn't want to go too intense in the gym, so it's more of like getting a nice pump and making sure your body's fit enough to like compete at full capacity, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that was super nice. And I definitely, when I was cutting, I was definitely going through different routines, posing routines, and coming out with a super nice flow and transition for my routine itself. So that was definitely like another half an hour to an hour, just getting into the, I don't know what kind of room that is, but where it's mirrors and stuff, and just like looking into it. And if you ask like a regular person, I mean, you tell a regular person about this, they're gonna be like, this guy's full of himself, right?
Yeah, posing in the middle of a room full of mirrors. He's full of himself.
Exactly. But at the same time, that's what you gotta do to like
Yeah.
compete, right? So yeah, the competition itself, honestly, like signing up and stuff, everyone was like twice my age because where I competed, they didn't have like team divisions, right? Because I don't know, I guess Bangkok at the time didn't have the amount of attention for this kind of sport, So yeah, like guys that were like in their 30s and stuff, like,
Yeah.
they're
How old were
definitely like,
you?
yeah, I was like 15, 16,
Actually, pretty impressive that you were up against these like 30-year-olds. You're 15 and you
right?
still managed to place.
Exactly. So yeah, because for them, I don't know. I think, some people in the industry, they hop on some stuff real quick. And the downside of that is like you don't get to experiment with your body and actually know what's going on. So you grow like super quick and you don't know how your body works and you don't know how like, how you can do your transitions and stuff like that. So you got the size, but you don't have any. It's like imagine building the Eiffel Tower, but without a foundation, right? It's just gonna be like super wonky, right? So I think that's what their issue was. I definitely like, had everything structured correctly. So for me, I had my proportions super nice, super symmetrical. I had that super nice V taper. My poses was really nice. I think that's why I was always in the middle in the competition because I definitely knew how to pose, knew how to. I even practiced my smile. Like what the heck, right? you know. But I think it was lagging was my size. I wasn't as big as they were.
But in a lot of
And I mean,
competitions, size isn't everything. It's about the proportions, your posing, and also the definition. Yeah, if you come in more ripped than the other competitions, although they might win you in size, you'll still win in what's it called endurance and being much better lean, more dried out. You can see all the
exactly.
fibers and all that. Yeah.
From the outside, people would be like, these guys are just like full of themselves, like you mentioned. But they don't realize that it takes up a lot of time and effort to like get to that place in their
Yeah,
physique.
exactly. And the best thing about it, out of everything, is literally the food you eat right after. It's like it makes you appreciate food on a whole other level, like don't know, like even like the crappiest food you can eat, it still tastes like
Tastes good.
exactly,
Like I said just now, about how people tend to have these misconceptions, right? So when it surrounds the people that like go to the gym, those super like buff
Big
guys and
guys.
big guys, there
Yeah.
are a lot of common misconceptions about them, like how they tend to be like douchebags or they're scary people. So like, what is your take on these like misbeliefs?
To be honest, yeah, I do get that a lot. Like a lot of people, I don't know, think that guys in the gym are like, especially the guys that are big, they think that they're complete douchebags and like they're super mean and bullies and stuff, right? But if you really get to know them or like you try to talk to them, they're honestly like the nicest guys you can meet in your life. Like legit, like they're like super caring and like super friendly. They'll help you out if you ask them. But it's just like I guess the way they look that makes them feel that way. I don't know. Like Satria, do you feel like that as well or no?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people like when you especially when you go up to them, you want to share your machines with them, right? They will like they'll just like leave the machine, like they said that you can just have it. But although you'll be like, no, I just want to share with you, I don't want to just take it over, yeah. But a lot of the misconception is like, oh, those big guys, or they go there train hard and we're like very aggressive and all. But we're all big guys, but teddy bears on the inside, I guess.
Exactly.
That's the way you could say.
Like as a person that's like relatively new to fitness, going into the gym, I think it's more of the like, they just look very intimidating. Okay. Like, and when y'all's work out, y'all feel like, and I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Okay. So yeah, like so there you mentioned how like if you come up to a machine and they just like drop everything, they're like, see, like take it. I completely understand that because that was like probably me at one point.
Don't know. It's like trying to pump each other up to like get this new PR or something. You know what I mean? Because it gets annoying when you don't hit it continuously. Yeah. It's like you gotta get angry to get that PR. You know? So I don't know how else you can do it. Like when I worked out with my friends in Bangkok, we used to like slap each other's back like it's nobody's business, man. Like, and the gym we go to, like they don't even care if you scream, right? So like full on, when you're trying to hit a PR, you're definitely gonna hear like someone scream as loud as they can to hit that PR. And plus, like most of us wear headphones, right? So you can't really hear you guys. Like it's like a deaf person screaming, trying to hit a PR. That's literally what you'll hear in the gym.
Another common misconception is confidence. So like a lot of people think that once you start working out, there's like a guaranteed confidence that you'll get or you'll achieve. So what's your take on that? Like, do you think confidence is guaranteed?
I'd say, personally, no. I don't think you gain I mean, I guess a little bit. Somehow, I guess if then I mean, you'll get attention, right? Like people will be like, "Damn, you work out and stuff," like whatever, right? But in terms of like personal confidence, I think that's a whole separate thing. I feel like just because you get like a super ripped body doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be super confident. You know, you gotta learn that yourself because it's a more of a mental thing and more of a, I don't know how to say it. Like, I guess you gotta build. It's two different things. You gotta build it up yourself. You know.
So you should just believe in yourself instead of worrying about what's happening around you. The more you believe in yourself, you have more confidence in yourself. You tend to push yourself harder, I guess. All right. So Farez, we know that you have social media presence with all your fitness stuff. And you do post a lot of photos of yourself with your current physique, and you do get a lot of comments like that are in your photos or sent you DMs. And does these comments ever get to the point where they are sexualizing you or fat shaming you in a way?
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like super annoying, you know, because regardless if it's a guy or girl, man, the amount of guys that hit on me on my Instagram page is like, it's a good amount, like not gonna lie. And it's not just like, yo, what's up, how you doing? And you know, I like to be friends with you. It's more like, you know, how do I say this? You know, like those.
Say it's like.
Just say it.
It's more like, you know, it's like, fuck me. Like, yeah, I'm not,
oh.
you know, like, yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, like, first off, I'm like straight. All right. Second of all, like, even if you're a girl and you told me that, like, you know, there's a time and place for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it does get annoying, you know, because there's even a time where like fucking I mean, like, I want to do a Q&A, right? Mm-hmm. And the only types of question I get is this guy's just trying to hit on me. Like, I'm trying to answer fitness questions here, right? You're sending me the wrong stuff. Like, I'm not about that.
I think it's common for people to think that, okay, the people that usually get these kind of comments are girls, like girls that usually post up their fitness stuff. They're the ones who get these kind of like uncomfortable messages in their DMs. But now we see that it happens to guys as well. So I think this is like a good reminder to everyone before you send out that like sliding into a DM Is it like, will it make the other person uncomfortable? Maybe it's something we should all just like keep in mind. Exactly. Farez, have you had instances of body dysmorphia? So, like where you look at your body and you feel unhappy with the state that it's currently at, even though you're fully aware of the fact that you've come so far.
You know, when you get into that mindset of achieving greatness, in terms of like, getting that super nice physique and like getting to all the way to the top, right? It comes to a point where like your mentality like completely shifts into like, oh, you're not good enough, big enough and stuff like that. Even though like everyone else is saying like, dude, you're like jacked, right? When I was at peak performance in the gym, I was pretty good. I was a pretty good size. I was pretty big, and my physique looked hella nice. But at the time, I always thought like, yo, you're like super skinny, and like I felt like I was always super skinny, and I always didn't look as good as I thought I was, So like it kind of like gets depressing, So it's probably one of the reasons why I stopped working out. I guess it's not because of this body dysmorphia; it's more of like other things as well. But I'm glad that I did, even though I lost like hella weight. I realized that it's not about my size; it's about who I am as a person. You know what I mean?
Farez, we've already reached the end of our little podcast. So, is there anything that you want to plug, like your social media or any like program that you're offering right now?
What I'm doing right now is I have a fitness program out for anyone that wants this kind of coaching, and it's a 4-week program where I initially find out what your goals are in terms of weight loss, muscle gain, toning, whatever it is in terms of fitness that you want. Definitely, we'll figure that out, and I'll show you the steps into going towards and reaching that goal. So that would be in terms of workouts, that would be in terms of diet, how we can integrate that into your current lifestyle. That's what I'm trying to achieve in this thing program. So if you want to get that, definitely hit me up in my IG. So that's Rizbrah, RYZZBRAH on Instagram. Or you can give me a text on WhatsApp or email me at rizbrah@gmail.com.
Thank you, Farez, for joining us.
Yeah, no worries.
Our second podcast, second episode.
Episode 2. Done.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice. Baked chicken with the skin on.